Hey listeners, we're back at 22 Sides, and today we have Kathi Crawford back in the recording studio with us because she is going to give us an update on how life is going. Oh, and then there's Alexis Melvin, of course.
Hi.
Hey. Kathi, what's been going on? It's been a year, I think, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Boy, did that fly.
Mm-hmm. I know, it goes quick.
Yes, because when I was here last time, I was launching my first book that was published by Finishing Line Press, and it's called Consider the Light. And we talked a lot about writing, and we talked a lot about community, and more specifically the artistic and literary communities here in Houston.
And in spite of all that, you're doing it again?
And I came back.
Did it again. Yeah.
Darn.
Yeah. So if you want to listen to that episode, just go back and check that one out before this one.
Yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
Learn a little bit more about Kathi.
That's right. And so I have another book coming out. It's being published by the Sane Press.
That's fun.
And there was a little journey to writing that book and also submitting it and realizing that I could send it to the previous publisher.
Okay.
And they loved it. So
Good.
That's
Yay.
even better.
That's
yay. So it's called Running with the Beasts.
good. Nice.
And if people liked the first book, they would like the second book.
Okay.
And if they haven't read the first book, they might want to,
Hey.
which they can order now, or they can get in contact with me. I have copies that I can sign and
So it's
and give
already
to them.
it's already available.
It's already available.
Okay, because I
Yes.
thought we were going to be talking about its release date.
The release date for the new
It's
one
happened.
is
Okay.
June 29th.
June 29th.
So it goes on pre-order.
Okay.
And the pre-order period is really critical for an author
Okay.
because it sort of sets the interest level, for what's being published.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So if people are interested, I would love if they would pre-order through Finishing Line Press. It's
Wonderful.
finishinglinepress.com, beginning on June 29th.
Okay.
And
Mark your calendar.
So I'm sitting here
yes.
looking at the card for the new book.
It's
Yes.
got really cute postcards.
And, the thing that caught my eye is it says, guys, unicorn, dreams, lost brothers, and burned regrets.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
Is that something we'll find in the second book?
Do you want me to read that?
Flagrantly feminist and full of flawed heroines.
Yes.
So far, I'm liking it.
Okay, great.
I like flawed heroines.
You have a new fan.
So there, I have a postcard, and on here is a blurb from Holly Lynn Walrath, who is a local artist and writer as well. And Holly helped me in the editing process for this book.
Wonderful. It does take a village.
It does take a village,
Yeah.
but if you don't mind, I'll read her.
Sure. Let's give the
blurb.
listeners
How's
the
that?
full quote.
Then people will know what I was talking about.
They will. They'll get
Which
the
is
whole
probably good.
context. It says, Kathi Crawford's Running with the Beasts drops us into the world of women's labor, both seen and unseen. It tracks generations of women across bluebonnet fields, on bicycles, and in conference rooms as they wrestle with what it means to work, to dream, to live. Time slips in this world of unicorn dreams, lost brothers, and burned regrets. Flagrantly feminist and full of flawed heroines, this collection is for those looking to reclaim something lost, a welcome reprieve.
That's beautiful, Holly. That is beautiful.
Yeah.
And so she's writing this on a card that you're using for marketing. And that was her takeaway from your book and her welcoming for people to get into it, really. And I, since you were here last on the podcast, have been to some of your open mics, and you shared then, and it was definitely my experience, how welcoming and inclusive these gatherings are. So I just wanted to let our listeners know that this June, is it that they can come in person?
So the opening for ordering is June 29th.
Okay.
So end of the month. And then I will be having a party again And everyone is welcome.
Love a party. Love a party.
It is July 26th.
Okay, July 26th.
And it's the book launch and open mic.
Okay.
From 2:30 to 4:30 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
My friend Melody Locke is going to host again, and she has an art studio at Silver Street in Sawyer Yards. So we'll be in the sort of the outside of her studio. It's a great venue. It's, high ceilings, lots of art.
Full
you can
of
walk around
creative
and view
vibes.
that,
Yeah.
as well as, having people who want to read their own work for the open mic. So I'm very excited about that.
Great.
Yes.
One of the things I love about you is you always use your platform to lift other people up. And that's another opportunity. So if you're inspired and you've been sitting on something and you want to write it or you want to share it, then maybe come to Kathy's party in July. So that's wonderful.
Yes.
And today you are not making us wait. You're not teasing us. You actually want to share some of these with us, right?
Yes, if you'd like to hear. I have been very grateful to have been published for some of the poems that are in the book have been published already in some anthologies.
Wow.
So, for example, I have one in the White Wall Review, which is a press out of Canada.
Beautiful.
Do you want me to read that one?
Yes, and I would like to link our listeners to these things if we can.
Sure.
So I'll get that from you and we'll put them in the show notes.
Okay. Fantastic.
All right.
Okay. This one is called The Women Rallied as Time Slipped Away. Everyone was content, but what was happening with their clocks? Did the women believe the canard about clocks shrinking in the spine or shoulder and then expanding in stomachs later? Or how about the one that says, if you have enough clocks vibrating at the same frequency, your bones stay elastic? In the beginning, women believed their pendulums would swing forever. But then they heard their grandmothers' and mothers' gears seize one by one. Still, they remained filled with hope. They pushed their clocks away. The clocks held their regrets. The women stood behind muted, cream-colored doors. Now they burned sandalwood and magnolia incense after the collapse of others. Suspended between each sunrise and sunset, they found a sense of meaning. They sought refuge in the silent, moss-covered mountains. They sipped dirty martinis, tattooed their skin, and painted their lips red. Here, clocks lost their man-made electric charge. Eventually, memories began to fade. Clocks melted.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. So that is in the next book that's on release, and you can get that in June and go to the party in July.
That clearly painted an amazing picture.
Yeah.
I mean,
what was your thoughts?
Yeah, thank you.
What was your thoughts? What's your vibe?
It's aging, and dealing with aging, which several of us are doing that.
Exactly.
Every minute
At least
of every
one
day.
of us is.
I know I am.
every minute of every day, all of us are. Yeah.
And I think it was nice to just sort of point out some of the things which it did, but not in a way that says, "Oh, it's horrible."
Right.
It was in a way that says, "It just is."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, a little bit more surrealistic in the writing too. So yeah, thank you.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And is there a way that you like to receive feedback from your fans, the people who listen to your work, or would you like to not receive feedback? Because I know some artists are like, it's just hard. It's just hard for them to do that. And some artists are real open to it.
I love that question. I mean, when you're a writer, if you're publishing anything, you've probably had eyes on what you've written multiple times.
A lot.
So you do learn how to take that feedback, and this is true for any artist, right? It's your voice, it's your art, and so you don't want to lose that in the process of receiving feedback, and yet feedback is critical because how is it impacting the person who's experiencing it or reading it or enjoying it or not enjoying it. So I'm very open to it. And I'm also open to the idea that how you perceive that is maybe not even how I intended it to begin with. Like, that's what's so cool about art is
once
it's
you
in
put
the
it
eyes
out
of the
there,
beholder, right? Like, it's out there,
once
so
you put it out there.
it's like, I hope you like it. I hope it resonates with you. And I also recognize that it may not for everyone, and that's okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful to know, because we always want people to follow you if they're moved to do so, and if they want to share, great. But then sometimes they don't know if the person's open to that. So thank you.
Oh, you bet.
And then I know a little bit about your first book. You work with artists, so you do the words in a certain writing style, and sometimes I think you change styles, and then you work with an artist to do an illustration or a photo or something like this. And
Correct.
so does that piece have a picture that goes along with it?
This particular one that I read,
The one you just read?
Does not.
Does not? Okay.
However, I did. The same artist who did the artwork for the cover of my first book has done the artwork for the second book.
Nice.
And her name is Brooke Summers Perry.
Nice.
And Brooke read this collection and came up with what you see on the front of the postcard.
Which happened to be a clock, so I just wasn't sure.
Yes.
Or it has it in there, so their gears and whatnot are shown.
Gears and clocks. And so as you heard Holly's sort of summary of the book and the themes, I feel like Brooks also picked those up in the photo, or sort of like
and the gears and clocks
artwork.
are strangely figurative in various places. So it's pretty easy to say, well, I think that's a person. I think that's a body. I think that's a human. But not totally.
And was this...
I think so, yeah.
Was this piece of work done after she read your book, or was it something she had and then she paired it with your book?
She created it from reading the collection.
Okay,
yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Which is really cool. And we call that ekphrastic writing.
Thank you. In case people were wondering.
For the word, yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So she
Last time you used it, I had to look it up.
I did too. Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I've heard the word. I have no idea what it means.
It's a thing.
Yeah. Well, and I imagine, people have different ways of expressing themselves. So if they're a photographer or an illustrator or a painter, but they don't do the words, then maybe they can collaborate with people who do in certain groups, like your WIVLA group or a local group to them. Be open to reaching out and do some collaborations. Was that easy for you? I mean, or was that kind of hard? Because I know sometimes people are like, they want to work within a certain vibe, and collaborations can get a little loose in that sometimes.
That's true. I mean, as in any relationship, I mean, you kind of want to, work with somebody that you maybe have seen their work. In this case, you appreciate their work. That, like you say, the vibe is right between the two of you. And I also want to just say that in this world of AI, go find a real artist to help you with expressing your words in an artistic way, right? Much more interesting and human than the alternative.
Nice.
And I think that writers a lot of times will fall or can fall into the trap of ease. And AI may seem easy, but in fact, I think it makes it not always easy and interpreted in the way that you would like.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Whereas when you're working with a human being who is an artist, and you can, to your point, this collaboration, this sort of conversation that you're having about the work and how that coincides between both of you.
Yeah.
It's just really a cool experience. And I would much rather talk about how Brooke and I worked together on this idea and this sort of vision and sort of like how she interpreted what I had written, and how exciting that was to see what she had created.
Yeah.
And to have that human experience together.
That's great. Thank you for speaking on that, because I do think it is a little easy to go with AI these days. And then also maybe, a little surface layer. I mean, there's a lot of depth in her work here that may not be expressed in AI. And if people don't have the ability or the community or the interest, honestly, because it's not always a beautiful collaboration. Like, I'm glad they have AI, because pictures can go a long way. And I know that some writers rather people have the picture in their head, so they're not going to go the distance to find something like that. So
I think it's one of the things that we've lost by having television and movies rather than radio.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I always had my view of the characters on radio. And when they put them on television or movies, they didn't look the same.
Right. Because your imagination is so much richer, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And and some of them were pretty boring. Once you saw other people's idea of what they look like and how they acted.
When you think of how many, like you're saying, the characters from radio and how many different people interpreted that in different ways, like how many versions of that character there are.
Right. And even the ones that are fairly easy, like the Lone Ranger and Silver. I mean, those are pretty easy. They're known things. It's like, a guy and a horse. But, even those were drastically different in different places. And then you go to some of the stuff like the Green Hornet. Oh my gosh, nothing like what you're seeing on, the other people's ideas.
Yeah.
And in the last probably decade, there's been this trend in, maybe it's more with novels, but you may have noticed a lot of the covers are using like art from centuries ago, right?
Exactly.
It doesn't have a copyright. You can use it. Yep. And they're pulling from that and using that for the covers. Have you noticed that?
Oh, yeah. I have noticed that several times. I'm like,
wait,
I know where that came from.
That.
Wasn't that? Yeah. And I get it, because some of them that I have seen will tell you that. Others don't. The ones that don't, I'm like, no.
Well, you have to give credit.
Exactly.
Yes, indeed.
Did you want to read another one?
Oh, yeah. Sure. Okay. Sure.
We're going for a twofer.
Let's go for a twofer.
Let's go for it. Well, this anthology was published by Public Poetry, which is part of the Houston Library System.
Love it.
And we love libraries.
Yes.
Okay. So it was published last year, and it's titled Unbroken. You can order a copy of this anthology as well. There's many local Houston writers in here, as well as others in Texas. All right.
And if you didn't want to purchase it, could you check it out from the library?
I do believe.
Okay.
I sure as heck hope
Just
so. If not, go request it, because then they'll have to stock it.
Just checking.
Thanks for that plug, though.
The Houston Library does a lot of things, but and it keeps growing, so I can't keep up. So
and I will say that a copy of my first book is at the Friendswood Library, if anybody's interested.
Don't just request at your local stores. Request at your local libraries. I love it.
Exactly.
Can you say one more time what the title is?
Okay, the title of the anthology is Unbroken, and it's a public poetry anthology. Very good. And the title of this poem is Listening to Lou Reed Sing, I Heard Her Call My Name, with Mo Tucker on the drums. Who was the dead girl he heard calling him out of the velvet underground? Standing above the bass drum, upside down on the floor, banging tambourines with mallets, most split my listener's mind. Early drums were made of hollowed tree trunks, alligator skin stretched across, struck with hands. In 6th grade, my mom gave my drums to my brother. She said, "You can't play them because you're a girl." That fateful forking over of my drum kit left me striking my wood tips on pots and pans instead of the snare. I am the dead girl now. Music notes as shadows lead me back like a conductor. How could I give up my dream to play in a rock and roll band? It's not impossible to find your rhythm. It's never too late to pick up the sticks. When you're dead, no one can kill you. Don't say you can't live the life of your dreams.
Wow. Wow. I could just see you reading that at the girls' rock camp. Yes.
Yes. Play those drums.
Yes. Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow. So these are pieces that you can find in your next book, but they're already in anthologies.
Correct.
Wow. You've been busy.
I have been really busy, but it's fun,
Yeah.
I love art.
That's great.
Yeah.
Do you want to share a little bit about if someone was interested in the process of getting published? You said there's a bit of a journey. Maybe just a tip of how to stay in there.
Okay.
Or how to get out there.
Yeah, sure. And in fact, I was just on a panel at the University of Houston, had a conference on last week, and it's called the Boldface Conference, and it's sponsored by Glass Mountain Magazine, which is for the undergraduate students.
Beautiful.
At the University of Houston. So it's emerging writers. And they had writers there from UH, from UHD, from HCC, and also a group from Alabama. But anyway, so they are writing and creating and they have dreams of publishing. Many of them have already been published, maybe in Glass Mountain or other magazines. There's also the Bayou Review at University of Houston downtown. And we talked about that. I shared with them, look, as you continue to write, continue to submit, you may start losing track of like who submitted what to whom and what did they say and
keep a spreadsheet.
Keep a spreadsheet. Exactly. So that's my first tip.
Oh wow.
Track what you're sending out.
Good call. Good call.
Yeah. And where you're sending it to. And then I also I have a spreadsheet of that, like the different magazines and their website and sort of when I send it. Not all artists
are structured. That's good.
Exactly. And I use my business experience for that, and then the other one is just my list of pieces that I've written. And I keep notes on, like where did I start that poem from? So a lot of them come out of classes and prompts and things like that, or an idea from a book I've read or something. So I keep notes on sort of where did that originate from?
That's great.
Sort of what does it mean to me? And some little notes, so I can talk about it later on after I forget.
Yeah. I think that's important because people do have these questions like, and if you go back to a first piece and you're already down the line and you kind of forgot about it, like you don't. It'll help you reconnect to it. So that's
exactly.
Great. That's great.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then the other thing is to start reading literary magazines and. Follow them on social media and support them in any way that you can. But there's a ton of literary magazines if you start looking. And they're not all right for me. They're not all right for you. But when you find the one you think, I would love to have something in that magazine, then start submitting to it. Put that on your list. I have 5 poems coming out. These are new works.
Nice.
On the 7th of June with a literary magazine called Blood and Honey. They have a sister magazine called The Argyle, which I've already been published in.
Nice.
And what I love about them and the editor of both is that they really are looking for unique things, not sort of falling into a formula.
Oh, that's
and
great.
I write unformulaic stuff. Okay.
Right. So if you go
it.
and you read these things and you're like, oh, well, I don't see myself in this, or I don't see works like mine in this, don't be deterred. Like maybe actually submit because
looking.
they might be looking for you or something.
Yeah. Keep looking.
Now, do these people ever reach out to you once you've published with them? Is that something they do to keep you in their magazine, or do they just sort of move on and wait for you to resubmit?
Yeah, most of them work on submittal versus solicitation.
Okay.
The magazines that are soliciting work are like the New Yorker.
Okay.
And look, I'm not on their list. Okay.
Yes.
The Paris Review.
Yes. Hello. Yes. Yes. Hello. Yeah.
And that's okay. Right. So we talk about tiers in magazines, and if you are pursuing an MFA and ultimately a PhD in writing, you probably are aspiring to magazines like Gulf Coast and the New Yorker, the Paris Review, etc.
Right.
And I think you should.
Sure.
Absolutely. And you kind of would submit there first, and then if you still wanted to try to submit, you go kind of down the tiers until you kind of got to the magazine you wanted. What I'm looking for is, I said, the vibe, but also I want them to have a social media presence. I want them to be promoting the writers in their magazine. I want them to be creating a community. So a lot of them will do readings and different ways of bringing their writers together. So I want them to be a good literary citizen. I want them to have a masthead. I want to know I can see a picture of the editor. I can find them online. I mean, they actually exist. There's a lot, as in any industry, there are a lot of spammers in this industry as well.
It's good to point out.
So, you just have to make sure they're legit.
Be a little careful with your art.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't just give it away.
Yeah.
But I mean, if Oprah's people called you, it's fine. She'll pick up.
I mean, sure,
she'll consider it. She's kind of busy, but she'll make space. It's fine.
Book of the week or the month, sure.
I mean, does she do Soul Sundays anymore? It's fine.
I don't know.
Kathy can give up one Sunday. It's fine.
Exactly.
Did you have any final comments, questions?
Well, no.
Kathy?
I mean, I'm just sitting here.
I see it washing over you.
Yeah, slightly amazed. It's like, okay, so you've got a book coming out at the end of June, and you're doing a lot of stuff for it in July. But before that, we've got like 3 or 4 things published elsewhere that are coming out.
Yes.
And then before that, she's talking about her new pieces going out.
And it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
When do you sleep?
You know what? Yeah, exactly. But I think there's once you get into some routines, then it starts to happen like that. But let me just say, it took a while to get that first piece accepted, right? And then it was getting myself into a process.
Long, just for the people who are curious?
Well, when I started writing creatively again, which was in 2017, I started taking classes and so on. And all of my instructors would say, submit your work. And I'm like, me? I had never really gone back to it to do that per se. But then after a while, I'm thinking, well, why not? I'll give that a try.
That's a part of the process. Why not?
It's a part of the process. I finished this poem. I'm ready to get it out in the world. So let me give that a try. So I would say after starting to submit, probably took 6 to 9 months for the first one to land.
That's not horrible.
It's not horrible.
And you're in a group with people who do different literary works. Is that common? Or because you said there are so many magazines that's a good amount of time? Okay.
Yeah,
so it's not just a Kathi phenomenon. It's a good amount of
I
time.
think it's pretty average.
Yeah. So don't be discouraged. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that you need to send it out. I have a friend who she was sending things just to one at a time. And I said, you can't do it that way.
No.
Yeah.
Because it can take up to 4 months or 6 months to even hear back from one.
Right.
And some might not even get back to you, I'm sure.
Some don't get back to you.
Right.
So they have this phrase on there that you need to look for, and it's called being able to simultaneously submit. And any magazine should allow that. So that's all that really means is I can send it out to 30 different magazines, and the first one who gets it wins.
There you go. Make them work for it.
Yeah. And then if they win
it.
and it's still out, I just have to let those others know, hey, this poem's been picked up, so I'm taking it out. I'm withdrawing it. So, yeah.
All right. So we're going to look out for your new works coming in June.
Yes.
And maybe we'll list that event if it's local. It's in person when you're reading your new works, the Blood.
That one, the Blood and Honey is going to be online.
Oh, wonderful.
So it's Blood and Honey Literary.
Okay.
I think it's Blood and Honey Lit is the URL.
So people can view that from afar?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just more interested in the party.
Okay. So
the party, you can come. It's live.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Okay. So we'll have an online party in June,
Yes.
and then we'll have an in-person party in July.
And I'll probably follow the in-person with a Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
So for people who don't live in Houston that would like to
Or
hear about
just
the book
can't
or
make it
whatever,
out.
can't make
I
it
love
out, you can follow me on my blog,
Mm-hmm.
KathyCrawford.com. And it's KathyCrawford.com.
Mm-hmm.
And that way you'll get notification. Or follow me on Instagram at the same.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for that. I've watched some replays of your open mics and seeing just all these different varieties of speaking and topics all at once. It's really fun. Like just like what Alexis was saying, we forget if you're saturated with television or reels from social media, just how fun it is to listen to people's natural creations. They're
so
different
fun.
pieces of work that are not overly curated for TV. You know, I mean, it's beautiful to see what people come out and talk about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So when you're talking about your open mic, what are the limits on things people can or can't talk about?
I mean, I don't usually put a limit on it.
I didn't think so, but I thought I'd ask.
That's good.
I mean, I think you have to always consider your audience and think about if this is the right place for what you want to read. There are so many places to read your work in Houston, and it runs the gamut of topic and,
Emotion.
all kinds of. You don't want to be offensive. Whatever, and that can happen. So we try to not have that happen. So, yeah.
With kindness towards your
With
audience.
kindness, exactly.
Yeah.
Read the room.
These are people who are coming to respect your art. So,
Yeah.
Reading the room's what not a lot of people are really good at.
I know, right?
It's like, look around you. No, this isn't.
I was at a reading not too long ago, and I really felt for the person who was reading because they were clearly passionate about what they were sharing, and it was not the right, it was not the right
time or audience.
And yet I really empathized with what they were sharing because we do live in very challenging times. So,
and as an audience member, I've been to a few different art offerings, not just reading, but like slam poetry or theater. And I always remind people, like, you can leave. Like, as a person who's attending something, like, if something gets too heavy in any topic and you're not in the right mind space for it, you can leave.
Yeah,
exactly. Please be the person that takes care of your own care, because they don't always announce those things, and you might feel like that's disrespectful, or you might feel like you're a little cramped, like maybe you can't get out of seats or something if it's at a theater. Nope, I'm the first person to leave because once you're in a vibe of something, sometimes it's hard to shake that, and you don't have to subject yourself to every vibe. So
that's right.
I do say that to audience attendees, like don't feel like you need to be a victim in the seat because that's for sure. That's not happening with me. So thank you for coming. Any final words for your listeners that are getting to know you or that have been a fan since your first episode with 22 Sides?
Well, I just appreciate this opportunity to share with you all about my book and to read some poetry. Yeah. And I encourage everyone to write things down that is on their mind. And it's just a good way to process your life and what you're thinking about. And you don't have to ever share that with anybody.
Hey, you don't. You don't. Audience of one. I love it. Yeah, you don't. That's for you. It can be private. It could be fun. It could be your own little secret.
It can. Yeah. And so I hope that people can come out to the celebration. And also, let's keep writing.
Well,
keep creating.
The pieces you read are wonderful. I'll just say that.
Thank you.
They're very moving, and
absolutely,
they have a lot of meaning in them.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
And if you're listening, please take care. We appreciate your attention. And some of you are subscribing, following, sharing, and even donating towards the podcast. We're really thankful. It means a lot, and we're happy to keep this going. So if you know someone who should be interviewed, or if you want to hear back from some people who have already been interviewed, just send us a little love note, and we'll see what we can do. Bye.
Bye.